off with wrestling today. So we're going to start. I'm going to start with my basic collar tie here. So I'm going to make sure I have the collar tie here. So I'm reaching around as far as I can. I'm looking to rotate and I want to be heavy on my arm, and he's got the collar tie on me. So ideally, I always want to try and have my hands on the inside of his. And when I've got my starting position, I'm going to look to have my forehead connected to his head. So what I don't want to do is go ear to ear, because then it's much easier for him to start to snap me down and break my posture. So when I'm starting off, I want to be here. So he's going to look to pummel and get his arms on the inside. When he starts to go on the inside, I'm going to drop. Okay, and I'm going to put my head on his chest. So as he starts to pummel, I'm going to drop and put my head on his chest, and my outside leg, I'm going to drop my knee behind his ankle. And I want to make sure I keep my posture up, so I don't want my hips pushing back. I want to be up high in this position. And I'm going to drive off this leg to pick up the single leg here. We're just going to look at that entry point first, and then we'll look at finishing the single leg in a second. So I've got my basic collar tie here. He starts to pummel, and I'm going to drop here. Okay? So my knee goes on the out behind his ankle. I want to make sure my head is up. I'm hugging his leg. I'm going to strive with this leg to pick up his leg. And I want to make sure my knees are pinching in tight. So once again, I have nice control over that leg. So one more time. So I've got the collar tie. My other hand controlling the bicep. My forehead against his head. As he starts to swim in, I just drop. And I'm going to push my knee to the floor. I want to keep my forehead pushing in towards him. My head is up high. I'm going to drive off this leg and pick up his leg with the single. Make sense? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Happy? Nice. Okay guys, so we've got to that position. So he's going to look, I drop, I go for my single leg here. So we'll look at a couple of variations of how you can finish it. So I've got the run the pipe, so my hands are going to slide down towards the ankle. I'm going to take a big step back with my outside leg, and I'm controlling his ankles. It gives me more control over his leg. If I keep my hands up high, I have less control, and it's much easier for him to strip the grip. So I'm going to slide my hands towards his ankle. My outside leg takes a big step back. I'm going to move my head to the outside, and I'll drive my shoulder in towards his leg. Okay? So that's the first variation. So again, here, pick up the single, big step back, boom, drop the shoulder down. Okay? Second variation I can play with is my hand that's on the inside, I can put it on the back of his leg. There's a lot of time I can make a mistake here, and he just hops around with me. So if I put my inside hand behind his knee, and I do everything else the same, big step back, shoulder down, that kills off his ability to be able to hop around with me. And then the third variation, I'm going to go push, pull, so his leg ends up in front of my body. I grab his shoulder, I take a step back, and I just tap his foot, and then I can look to pass it here. Okay, so one more time. Here goes the pummel. Go for my single. I have run the pipe. Second variation, inside hand goes behind the knee, step back. Drive your shoulders to the floor. Third variation, push, pull, so his legs in front of my body. Grab the shoulder, step back and just tap the foot. And I can take it down. Make sense? 1, 2, 3.